Do you think you could help me with?
Yeah.
Yo.
Wait,
Yo.
Oh my gosh, we're live. Oh, maybe one
Oh, it
of
looked like I
these.
had a crown on my head.
Look, royalty in our kitchen. That works.
Oh, yo.
Yep. Hey guys. Welcome.
Wow. Oh, no. I thought you guys had done this before.
This is my first time. Sorry, everybody.
You just do it from your. Oh, I guess you need your computer.
Okay. Let's watch the angle. Oh, see Daisy. Okay, thanks everybody.
Hearts.
Hi, Orlando. Hey
Erin,
guys.
I've never seen you like this.
Yes,
You're
I get really excited.
On camera personality.
That's right. Normally I'm a hermit and I don't speak to anyone. So that is good
And
or
welcome
bad.
to my world. Ellie.
Yes.
Hi from Jamaica. I love Jamaica.
Oh, Scotland.
Michigan's cool too.
Yeah. Ali! Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. Our topic is nutrition. My co-host, my better half, over here.
Thank you, Ali Riley here.
And our special guest, of course.
If we can talk about what happened in the locker room today.
Nope, this is PG, and there's lots of children. Maybe not, actually. So thank you for everybody that wrote in. First, I want to ask Ali. For those of you who don't know her, she's awesome. She plays for New Zealand. She plays for SC Rosengard for how many seasons now?
This is my 6th season.
That's amazing. Really awesome club. Oh. You know what I mean? What's up? You can tell us. Okay. There's some people that aren't PG.
This is for you.
Okay, sorry.
This is for everybody.
I'm reading. I'm sorry, I've never seen those comments before.
You have to just prepare your phone.
She's blushing. Ali has also got nominated this year for Best 11. Yes.
Yes, FIFA Pro. Is that how you say that right?
Yeah.
FIFA Pro. I always say FIFA Pro. That's wrong. So she does all right. And one of her keys to success is nutrition. So without further ado, Ali, how did you get into being so passionate about nutrition?
Well, I love food. I think you guys understand.
Yes, of course.
And I not only eating food, but I love cooking. I dream about making up recipes. Like, I'm a over-the-top foodie. So I thought, as an athlete, elite athlete, it'd probably be good to find out what food would be good to eat instead of just putting everything I want. So I took a course in integrative nutrition from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition a year ago. And it was a year-long online course. And I learned about all the different diets there are out there, but mostly it was about helping people feel good. And if you feel good, you probably look good too. So that's the bottom line. And about self-care, about making sure you're in a job that you enjoy, making sure you're getting enough sleep. So not just about food, but about how to feel good.
Awesome. Before we go on, Ali has recipes that she does and shows how to do every step online on Twitter and Instagram. Is that right? So you want to give a shout out all your handles there?
Yes. So mostly on Instagram, it's called Love to Eat to Love with a number 2. Love to eat to love. And the idea behind that was if you put the right foods into your body, then you have the energy to make the world a better place and to spread love in the world. So it's kind of a cycle.
I'm learning things too today. I should take that.
That's beautiful.
So, first I think the idea was I wanted to eat well so I could, play my best.
New follower. Hey!
Yay, thanks!
But you guys also, it's not that she's just talking and saying this. Ali follows it. I'm telling you, every beat test since I've been here, they're miserable. And the person that you are trying to catch is Ali Riley. She usually goes like a level ahead of us. But the first couple, and she's in a different group, the first couple, you're trying to catch Ali Riley. So it's not just something that doesn't work. Or she always shows up with energy. She always stays after and does training. Granted, a lot that's mentality as well. But this stuff... It really works.
Yeah, I think energy is the big thing. And so whether it's energy if you are an athlete or if you are a musician, if you just want to be able to pay attention in school and focus or whatever you're passionate about, you need to have energy to be able to do that and do it at your fullest. And I think just being a good person takes energy as well. So that was the idea.
Awesome. And then do you also have, is your Twitter handle the same for, that's separate, right?
I don't have it on Twitter, but the
Okay.
Facebook is the same.
Okay,
Love to eat to
awesome.
love, yeah.
Okay, well, without further ado, we got a lot of really great questions. Allie has reviewed them all day. She's been studying nonstop these questions. No, but we really appreciate you guys writing in, and they're really, really great questions, and I think everyone can benefit. So I don't know if you can see this. I'm just going to be the holder here.
I think you should take the phone out of the case, maybe.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
5-minute hold up.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'll let you read it. You don't have to read all of that.
Erin, I don't want to break it. Take it.
Okay, I'm gonna hold it. So,
Sorry, I think I gave everyone a good boob shot. Sorry about that one.
anyway, the first one's actually really good because it's about an injury, and there's a lot of questions about recovery, and I'm interested
relate
to hear.
to that.
Yes. So,
And she's been dealing with
femoral
syndrome for 18 months, trying a lot of different therapies and treatments without a lot of progress. She's recently started seeing a new chiropractor and is experiencing a bit of relief, so that's really good. And so, now she's doing rehab and wants to look into how nutrition can impact and if there are any foods or supplements that may help reduce inflammation or promote healing. I think obviously the most important thing is working with a doctor or a rehab, a personal trainer, getting therapy. But in terms of nutrition, I think the number one thing, regardless of what your injury is or if you are injured or not, is eating foods that will give you the right energy and staying away from foods that common sense are unhealthy. That's fried food, sugar, refined foods. All of those are actually going to cause inflammation. So that's kind of a simple rule. If you're eating healthy, you're actually helping prevent inflammation in your body. And then I think leafy greens are really good. Tomato, olive oil, nuts, healthy fish, fatty fish. So those are kind of your basic anti-inflammatory berries and fruits.
Nice.
So, but if you stay along the lines of eating cleanly, I think you will experience a huge difference. But those are kind of more specifics that it's hard with research around healing, but those are some commonly known foods to help with anti-inflammation.
So when you say like eating cleanly, can you tell us what you mean exactly?
Yeah, these words are thrown around a lot and can kind of seem trendy, but whole foods, clean foods, that's basically eating foods that don't have a lot of additives or coloring. It's food that was alive. So then you have your meat, you have your plants and your fruits, and foods that haven't been processed or refined. Right. And something that when you get more complicated, like breads, and it's something that you could probably make yourself at home with simple ingredients. So the cleaner something is, or you recognize the ingredients, that's the easiest way. If you look at the back, you find these things that's like glutamine, brown color number 5, sucralose.
You can't pronounce it.
And it's even weirder in
Swedish,
Swedish, so it's kind of good here because if you have no idea what the word is, don't eat it.
Okay.
So that's a basic, and the fewer number of ingredients, the better.
Okay.
So something, if you look at the ingredients, that obviously you recognize something like sugar, but once you know, stay away from the sugar, fried food, that kind of thing. If you recognize the ingredients and could do it yourself, and the flours are darker, things, not white flour, not white bread, not white pasta, things that you could do yourself and you recognize. That's one way, an easy rule to follow.
Cool.
Okay. Like if you can't say the ingredients, that you shouldn't probably be eating it.
Yeah,
you don't know what it is.
You don't want to put something like that in your body.
Okay. Cool. Moving on to Jennifer.
Yeah, I think we probably all have some good answers to this. Good protein-rich, low-carb, tasty snacks. I think we follow that, probably the three of us, kind of a complex carb, high-protein diet.
Yeah.
In terms of snacks, so obviously it's a little bit harder to find snacks with no carbs or completely low carbs, because easy portable snacks, you're going to have a wrap or a sandwich or some kind of bread. But if you have cheese, so if you're eating a low carb, high protein diet, you can include fats in your diet. So a cheese with apple, or you have peanut butter and apple.
So good with cheese on top.
Yeah.
So
in Sweden, they're a little bit skeptical of the whole peanut butter thing.
Yeah.
But I promise the all natural, where it's just roasted or plain nuts and nothing else, preferably not even salt added, and no sugar added. that is basically, if you eat about a tablespoon on even if you find a low carb, a tortilla or a seed bread or a bread that you've made at home with darker, grainier flours, then that's fine. And egg is a great protein, high protein snack. So just some hard-boiled eggs you bring with you. Chia pudding is great. So I encourage, we have to eat carbs in order to have energy. And I like overnight oats, where you just soak your oats overnight in milk. If you're lactose free, you have your coconut milk, almond milk, soy milk. But if you're staying away from carbs completely, then oats you probably don't want to include in your diet. So chia pudding is like the best, and that's high in protein and is also healthy fat.
And it's so easy to make. You put it in, and then the next morning it's ready to go.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
Also, you guys, these recipes or whatever, you can look on Allie's.
Yes.
The other day,
I have all the recipes on my Instagram.
Sweet potato chips.
Yeah.
So easy, so good. You can take on the road, easy snack, and it's a matter of cutting, putting some spices, cooking, and it's easy.
You can do that with chickpeas. I mean, there are lots of good recipes on there, and it'll say if it's low carb or if it's good for training. I'll tag it on there.
Nice. Okay, moving on to M. Alvear. Do you think that's how you say that? This is a question about you and Kelly O'Hara drinking chocolate milk at Stanford after practices for recovery.
Yes, even before Kelly O'Hara was sponsored by chocolate milk, she was drinking chocolate milk. And that's something we do here too at our club. So it's got the sugar, the fast carbs, and protein, which are the two most important things you need after a workout.
Okay, so I have a question about sugar. I think this comes up a lot, like, people talk about sugar being kind of evil and the devil and all that kind of stuff.
That's what you say.
No, okay. So I guess my question is, what I've learned over the years is sugar isn't necessarily bad. It's kind of more about like timing when you're consuming it. So what is your rule with sugar in general?
Basically, for me, I try to follow an 80-20 lifestyle. So I think it'll be harder for me if I take out sugar completely. I will have a harder time eating healthy because I'll be craving it, and if I do eat it, I'll probably binge. And I do think there is a time and a place. I think we get endorphins. You enjoy not just the actual sugar, but the experience of eating dessert, of being able to have a birthday cake, that kind of thing. But in terms of carbs and refined sugars, after a hard workout is actually when your body can take in those carbohydrates and help you get that energy back and refuel your body from all the energy you lost. Especially we play 90 minutes and you really, really lose a lot of energy. So that's the time when I don't like to say when you can eat whatever you want, but if you are going to have that pizza, that carbonara, some candy, actually right after your workout within 2 hours, your body can actually take something from it.
That's the time.
Was it that Layla Ali, when you interviewed her, or she wrote a blog about if your body is like craving something, that means something is off in your diet, right?
Yeah.
So if you are craving sugar, or if you're on this diet that tells you to eat a certain way, if you're actually craving a certain type of food, that means, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that means that something is off in your diet, which is actually making you crave hormonally something to eat. So just some red flags with that. So just watch what you...
Yeah, I think there's that kind of instinctual eating, or that's another way, but I think that kind of goes along with these diets and these fads. If you go so extreme in one direction, you actually will probably start craving, your body will want other things. So I think I think it's good that because we train so much that we do enjoy carbs, and there's a time and a place for it, that we don't actually do this no carb at all, or we're too strict in one way. And I think the 80-20 is, and you could do 70-30, like it's not, strict, but if you're eating healthy most of the time, I don't personally think you have to follow one super strict way of eating. But yeah, I think there's a yin and yang, salt and sweet too. Maybe you're eating so much salty food, then your body's craving sugar, you eat too much sweets, you want something salty. So it's so important to find a balance with everything in life.
Yeah, I think too, like every person is also very different. Like Ella, what's your secret to your week?
Erin doesn't believe me, but this works. I go Monday.
It does work.
Monday, Tuesday, I eat really healthy. Wednesday, I get a treat. And I never eat mine. I usually after dinner. I always try to make it like breakfast I have a croissant, or at lunch I get to have a little muffin or chocolate square, because then it's not sitting in my body. So like if you eat dessert at night, then it just sits and it really turns to sugar fast, where in my mind, if I eat something at lunch or breakfast, I'm going to burn it off by the time.
You're using that energy.
Yeah, so then, and then Thursday, Friday is healthy again. Saturday I get a treat, and then Sunday is donut day, or here, chocolate croissant. So,
and that's coming from two of the best players, you know, in the world. So it's working for them, you know. So this is a good question, and we probably can all answer. We get this a lot, is what's a good pregame meal? So I'll let you start, Allie, and then you can...
Yeah, I think with a game, you know you're going to be exerting a lot of energy. That's a time when you can up your carb game, depending on how many minutes you're going to play or how tough the game or training is going to be. For me, with my stomach, I know I can still eat complex carbs, have energy, and my stomach won't get upset. But I know other people, white pasta and chicken, 100%. But I can still go with either whole wheat pasta or even quinoa, but I know that's tough on a lot of players' stomachs to have before a game. So it's really, and maybe even oatmeal, or if you do want to have complex carbs, you do it breakfast. If you're playing later in the day, your pregame meal, you're going more fast carbs or easier, faster digesting, easier carbs. But I know for me, I go pretty much very complex, low carb, and then I can go to complex for before a game. And then after, I'm going straight up fast, high carbs.
Nice. Do you do stuff the night before? Like tomorrow we play games, so tonight are you really conscious of dinner? Yeah,
definitely. I'll also have more carbs tonight for lunch also.
Okay.
So it starts the day before.
So you're loading almost 24 hours before the game.
And continuing that 24 hours after. Although the meal after, I'll go high carbs, fast carbs, high GI, high GL, and then starting the next day, I'll go back down to kind of complex, maybe medium carbs, and then go back down again. But it's a little bit...
You say what GI and GL is for...
Yeah, so glycemic index is kind of the bigger, more popular that people know, and that's how the carbohydrate of that food is going to affect your body. So if it's fast or slow, that's kind of, you can look at the number, and there's the ratings if it's going to be below, I'm not sure on that scale, but below a certain number is slow, then there's medium, and then there's high.
Okay.
And then glycemic load came out, and that actually has been shown to be a better measurement because that takes into account how big a portion size is.
Okay.
So instead of
which
looking
is probably super relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and it makes sense. So you look at a watermelon, glycemic index, I think it's like through the roof because there's a lot of carbohydrates. It's sugar water, basically. But how much watermelon do you really eat? What's a portion size? Maybe it's, I don't know what it is, 2 slices, or if you look grams, pounds, whatever.
Right.
That actually is so much water and so little sugar that it actually won't make your blood sugar go up, rise like that and affect you. So I think the glycemic load, and it's not as easy to find glycemic load numbers as it is glycemic index.
Okay.
They are related. And if you're eating something if something is high on the glycemic index, it might be lower on the glycemic load. But if something is high, like you can use common sense, but there are those little things like watermelon. But if it is high on the glycemic index, you can probably just stay away from those and be safe. I mean, but maybe you're missing out on some things that aren't actually.
It's like the nitty gritty.
Yeah. But something like watermelon is a good example. And even something like you're looking at, if you're comparing kind of couscous, bulgur, quinoa, if you want to kind of get in there and compare which really is slower and a portion size, I think you can look at glycemic load. And it's as easy as Googling whatever food you want, glycemic load. And you'll find some numbers.
Sure, there's an app somewhere out there too.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
If not, we patent it.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Okay, so this is a good one. What are your favorite sources of vegetarian and or vegan protein for people cutting out meat in their diet?
That's really good. So I think it's important to know what the complete proteins are that are non-animal based. So meat is obviously dairy, complete protein. Non-animal proteins that are complete, I believe quinoa, soy, hemp, chia. So you do buckwheat maybe. So you do have some actual grains and seeds that are complete proteins, which is great. But then you have things like beans and lentils that if you actually mix those with vegetables, you're getting a complete protein. So you don't actually have to, you are getting your complete meal, even if you're eating lentils, beans, things that we typically think of as being protein sources for vegans or
Okay.
vegetarians, but it's good to know those complete ones, because then you don't actually have to worry about what you're combining. And hemp protein, you can find protein powder to make your protein shakes if you're training or building muscle, so that's a good option.
Okay, let's do last one. We've kept you for a long time. Everybody's favorite cheat foods from Tara.
There's so many.
Look how serious Ella just got that face. Oh God.
I love a chocolate croissant. It's like last time I had ice cream, I had food poisoning for a week. So that's off the table from now on.
Sad.
Honestly, I have no idea what that was. And then a chocolate croissant, but sometimes I feel like I should have two because there's not enough chocolate inside.
And croissants are deceiving. They're like puffy, like when you're actually eating them.
We're going to Paris next weekend for Erin's birthday. And
which is tomorrow.
Yes,
Whoop, whoop.
my
29.
Big 2-5.
2-5. Perfect. What about you?
I'm going straight up raw cookie dough, which is harder to find
I was
here.
thinking that.
Just the one that's in the little tube, just snip off the end, and I'm just like
the Pillsbury
It's really wrong.
Censored.
Especially snipping off the end.
Okay.
Sorry. You know what I mean.
Yeah, we got it.
There's going to be so many jokes for the next 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Just let me
Good
see.
thing we're shutting this down soon. Okay, cookie dough. And gosh, what is my favorite? You know what? I don't do it anymore because I have a bad reaction to the lactose. But milkshakes. I love a vanilla milkshake. Just vanilla or Oreo. I know that's kind of boring, but so good. Okay, Ali, thank you so much for being on the show with us. Can you please give us your handles one more time?
Love to eat to love.
Wicked. Okay? Check her out. She's got a lot of really great recipes. We always love it when she cooks for us. Don't we? Okay. All right. I'll keep it clean. All right. Thanks, guys. I hope you got some really good info from this. Again, please, if you have any feedback, email themotivenation1@gmail.com. And we can always do more of these. Okay? Thanks, guys.